Good afternoon everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me. It is lovely to have you here and it's lovely to be here with you. Today I am trying to move on some of this ephemera that is sitting on my desk, or was in a lovely neat pile on my desk. It's all things that I've made or done or dragged out recently, but I've also got this tall skinny journal, I guess it is, junk journal in the true sense of the word, as in it's a collaged cover that's been stitched round and just some random book pages from my stash. I'm sure you've seen it before. I'm sure I did some tip-ins with you out of my I thought that was tape then holding it down. It's a tab, a direct tab on it. Yeah, I used some more scraps out of the scrap box, didn't I, to put some extra pieces in. There's a belly band there. Yeah, so I was thinking we'll use some of these. Do you? That doesn't look too good, does it? Oh, not as bad as I thought. Yeah, put some of these small pockets and pieces in it. It feels like forever since I've looked at it. I remember doing it, just feels like a long time. Yeah, so I'd like to put some bits in it and yeah, move it along and move some of these. Now obviously a lot of these are not going to go in it, but you know, if I can move 5 or 6 along, that'll be a bit of fun for me today, and a nice quick video for me to put up, because I am busy getting ready for the Memory of Meadows project kit, which I have got a video coming out on Thursday. So it's the collaboration between Tanya at Tatty Treasure and Nanine at Collage Type. If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm on about. If not, Thursday will be your day to see what I'm doing there. So yeah, it's taken a lot of storage up in my phone, and so I'm filming on my own personal phone at the moment. Yeah, and it's taken a little bit of time because, you know, I get it out and start playing and then I'm down the rabbit hole with it. So yes, your video got pushed back a bit today, but never mind, we're getting to it now. So let's just have a look through then. Well, we'll pull the really big pieces out because there's no way they're going to go in. Right, I've just stitched these. I don't know if you remember me making them. Oh, out of scraps. They've been waiting to be stitched a long time. Yeah, they've gone rather crunchy. Well, that piece there is very crunchy. Bear with me a minute. Just does not want to fold where I want it to. We're having a battle of wills. Oh, and I'm not winning, but I'm not giving up. So this sometimes happens when you collage pieces on the centerpiece where you want to fold it. It often comes undone like that. Don't worry about it. It's very easy to just glue it back down again. It's just you have to fight it a little bit sometimes. It needs trimming anyway, so that piece just wants coming around there. Yeah, I was originally going to do them as it wants trimming, look, as little packs, giveaway packs. Let me just do it while I've got it in my hand. Yeah, and then I decided on journals. So yeah, a couple of these will probably go with the journals that you know, the giveaway that people might win, or somebody will win. It's a little tiny piece. That's why I tried to go right over the centre when I'm collaging, if I think it's something that's going to be folded, which I knew this was, but I didn't achieve it there, did I? Can always put a piece of tape on it if it really does, you know, refuse to lie down, but it seems to be. So I know it wants trimming and it wants inking. Let me put my pin in there. I did press, I can barely see. Yes, I did. I've obviously got the screen a lot darker on this phone. Right, so I'll give this one a go. Oh, that one's folding much better. I obviously had a lot of glue in the middle there for some reason. Yeah, so I will put those with the journal. So I think most of them were flower fairies. I don't know how that one ended up not being. It is one of those, isn't it? Anyway, I'll move them out of the way. Stop procrastinating, Denise. Right, so I've got a lovely butterfly tag here. Now I know I did some of these for the fairy journal, but I did a lot. It has been inked. That would go in there in a pocket if I had one. And there's a lovely pocket that will go in. Yep, and that will go in it if I want it to. Right, oh, these are all the stitch bits that I've brought up. So let's dig those out first. That one wasn't down there. These all were. So these I think I made last weekend, or it could have been the weekend before. With the scraps we made page edge decorations. Do you remember? So I'm going to put those. I think I'll put them in the top of my... I'll put them on the shelf to the left of me, because any minute now I'm about to decorate that wings journal. I said I was doing it today, but I'm not doing it today. I'm doing this today. There's another one. So all the page edge decorations we'll save for that. Now this is like a bookmark. I've had this sitting around a long time, and it is collage with scraps by the looks of it. Maybe could have done with a stitch up it, couldn't it? Yeah, I'll put that on the stitching pile. I was going to say it'd be nice in this journal, but oh, I love that piece. Okay, so that's another one of those. Right, Denise, you're making a pile of things that will fit. That won't. Okay. They won't all, they're not all going in, but no. Some of them will. No. That will. Yes. Yes. I haven't even cut round that yet, but it will if I want it. That will. Will do if I want. Obviously it's not all going in. Otherwise it would be very fat, wouldn't it? Okay, so big tags. I think I got those out with something. They can go back in the home. This was using up frames. That's too big. I think they might go in. That lovely bunny. Ah, that looks like that. Now then. Oh no, it's not the same. Look, oh, it's a lot smaller. Tanya sent me this. I wondered if she'd sent me that. She maybe did. So if it's small, it just might. No, they really are thin pages. No. That's another one of those stitched page edges. I think that would go in sideways, wouldn't it? It's a very bright piece for me. I don't think that... Oh, it would. It will go on an odd page, so you can stay. Where has that come from? That looks like it needs folding over to me. Strange. Anyhow, too big. Too big, too big, too big. I think I might be at the big bits now. I've got those anyway, haven't we? Great big tags. Too big. There's a nice small piece. Huge journal cards. I remember doing those. There's another one of those. Oh, that's nice. Don't remember doing it, but I like it. Definitely too big. Oh, I don't know. I just cut this out of my scraps the other day, and then I put this lady on after I'd finished with the camera, and I just loved it. Yeah, when I made these, you saw these. That one was with it, but it wasn't finished. This one I just put some string round. You saw those. She can go in there. Oh, gorgeous. Won't fit. Right, I'm doing quite well. Let me just put this pile back over there. Too big, too big, too big. Yeah, they're all great big pieces. Okay, so we've got it down to this. So if I can get, I think I'll get them all in. No, I won't get them all in, but if I can get a few in. Okay, so sort of tall tag things, pockety envelope things, right. I do hope you can see, because I really can't see. That's nice. Yeah, I can't see the picture on my phone. For some reason, pocket. Pockets there, not tags. They were the tags, weren't they? Don't know what I'm doing. They're envelopes, that's it. Tags, envelopes, envelopes. Okay, so I'm going to start with these because I think they will all go in. Okay, I've got quite a selection there. I hate not being able to see. Just have to hope and pray that I am on screen. Right. So I don't want to cover up all of that, but I would like something on it. Have I got something on the other page? No. Maybe. I like that one. That would have been the last one that I would have chosen. But I don't know, there's something about the colour on this page next to it that speaks to me. And it will probably only need a label on it because it's so pretty. I really must stop putting my glue nozzle on the bit that I don't want to stick because it causes me all sorts of problems. Less gung-ho. Okay, what have I been doing today? Well, today's the first day that I've sat nearly all day at my desk, I have to say, getting myself organised. So yes, I may pay for that later. Neil's last day at work before 3 off. I think I told you that we built the wardrobes, didn't I? You know, the royal we, as in Neil. No, that is quite bright, but I do rather like it. Just have a look at these ladies. I think that was a belly band I made, wasn't it? Sure, I made that as a belly band. Yeah, nothing that's grabbing me there yet. Okay, back to pockets. So I want one in the back somewhere. I've got that lovely tip out, flip out. And one of these would be nice on here, wouldn't they? Or that's the back page. I know, I'm just liking the maybe the white one. Look, the lilac here. Oh, this was a freebie from Victoria Designs. Yep, I'm going to put that one there because I think it goes nicely. Whoops. Yeah, it'd be nice to get another journal, part made journal off my desk. I currently have 5 at the last count up. So yeah, and I've got stacks of ephemera, but obviously if those 5 journals were filled, you know, I wouldn't have quite so much ephemera either. I like that. I think that might need a label at the top as well, and obviously it needs a ticket, a tag. Go for this pink one somewhere then. I've got that lovely pink paper in there. Be nice near that, wouldn't it? Would it be nice on it? Too small. The page is too small for it. I like it there, I think. Let's just try the green one and see. No, what the greens are clashing because they're not the same. No, I quite like that there. Needs inking. So yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday. The snooker's finished. That's what I've been doing as well. I've been watching snooker and yeah, not getting done what should be done, but finished now. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So tomorrow is blood test. If you remember, I went a fortnight this time because it was in range, perfectly in range. So keep your fingers crossed for me. See if I can do that twice running, that would be good. And yeah, oh yeah, I think I said we might be going to look for a car. I don't know. I don't know if I can be bothered, to be honest, but it's got to be done. Right, are you coming up because you're gusseted or? Hard to tell. No, you're actually coming up off the. Oh no. It's not gusseted just there, Denise. Don't stick the wrong bit down. It might not be gusseted now. I've got something I can stick in it and see. Yeah, I've stuck it down there. Never mind. Something thin like that will be fine. It's better than ripping the page, isn't it? Because it looked like it was going to. Okay, just 2 more then. What have I done so far? 2 in the back and 1 in the front. Let's put another one in the front somewhere then. So we'll find some of this green, big green one. It is quite wide. Would just go on there. So you're a possibility. No. They are quite narrow pages. It would go on there, but I don't think it goes. Did I say there? Oh, I quite like it there. It does just fit. Yeah. I just liked the colours there. How many is that then? 4? Oh, that's good. 4 pockets. 4 pockets in already. I'm not going to make tags for these yet because I have got bags and bags of tags in my stash. I just need to get them down, so I'll do that before we decide to make some, but I don't think we'll get to that today. It's just a quickie today. There we go. So I've got this, which I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. If it's too big, I could always cut it shorter actually if it's too big, so we'll see. This is lovely envelope, isn't it? That will maybe go in, although they're both lilac-y, so it won't, will it? Go in one of those. And what did I say about that? Because it seemed quite big. Yeah, I said maybe front and back cover, but they've both got things on them, so you're going to have to go. Okay, what am I down to? These. And maybe some of these as tucks, so let's have a look. Or belly band maybe. Love this lady. You won't fit in. Oh, you will. Yes, look. Perfect. Pleased with that. You're just single, aren't you? Yeah. I don't think it will go because it's the wrong green, but you just, sometimes it's worth trying. I think that was supposed to be the front side of it, and that actually looks okay, doesn't it? It needs some fabric or something on it, but I'll leave that there. Right, I've already got a belly band in here, so maybe we don't want another one. Don't know what we're doing on the centrepiece yet. Just wondering if she'll go in there. She needs backing, but no, it's not doing it for me. No. Okay. Yeah, maybe one of those can be tucked in there. That'll make a nice tuck. Is there anything that would go in it if I made it a tuck? No, I don't think so. Okay. Oh, this has got that gorgeous. I wonder about putting this in here then, and then the flap over it. It's a shame to hide that, isn't it? Let's have a look on the other side. No, it doesn't go with the colour. Too small. That's a possibility. The thing is, it's nice both sides, so maybe that needs to go in a tuck. In fact, it's lovely and purpley on that side. No, let me just... No, I don't think the roses ones will either, or the butterfly. Okay, so I've got in as much as I can from there. So let's decide. Let's put some labels in. decide how many more we need. Oh, this is still sitting here, look. And I've got the lid off my glue. Gosh, go in. Yeah, so I'm shopping tomorrow for some new coat hangers after the doctors, and we will be taking Mum shopping. Right, I want one on there. What sort of label do I want on there? I don't want anything too dark, I don't think. Let's. So these are what are they? Something and willow. Can't think. That's the name of the kit by Nanine at Collage Type. How bizarre that won't come to me. Oh, that's not from. That's nice though. It's yeah, I like that. Same sort of, you know, era keeping. It's got the gold colour around it like the lady. Something willow. What is it? That's terrible. I know Tanya's shouting at me. No, it will come to me no doubt, but at the minute, yeah, like that one. Was there some more? Quite like that as well, actually. Let's put it in somewhere. I don't usually look for a place for a ticket. We usually look for a ticket. I'm putting it up there. Didn't ink it, did I? So I don't know how long this is going to take me to move along. I was kind of hoping I was going to get loads of pockets in it today and then a quick fill and embellish and done, but I didn't get that many in, did I? Maybe it doesn't need many more though. Let's see what we're up to. Lots of writing space. This, oh, one of these go on here as well. Wondered what that was then. There's somebody talking outside. It sounded like somebody's belly. It wasn't like, oh, that's my letterbox. Be junk mail, I'm guessing. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. Unless postman's late. I mean, he was talking, and like I say, my postman's always talking, and other people have said to me theirs is too. You know, on like hands free as they walk round do the round. Yeah, I suppose it's been bank holiday, so maybe it was a late post today. I'm going to have all green in here. Oh yeah, I remember I left that sticking out the top, didn't I? That maybe wants something up there then. I was going to say that definitely wants something like, but it wants something pretty. Isn't it nice when you pull one packet out and they do everything? So I'll just say quickly, I haven't heard yet from the lady who won my journal. So if you're watching and you haven't checked if it's you, or if you have checked and you think you've sent me your address, I haven't received it. So remember, I'm going to draw again on Saturday if it's not claimed. What do I want on there? I did pull out some of these things that Tanya sent me the other day just to see. I think I probably want something tall on it, and my eye was just drawn to these. These are from, yes, who? No. My brain's obviously not playing today, is it? Do we like the lighter one? I might do actually. Tina, that's it, at Shabby Dabby Doodah. Oops. There we go. Hope you all had a nice bank holiday. I'm really looking forward to next Saturday. Coronation of King Charles. And I think I've already told you that Neil's at work, so I shall be sitting and enjoying it, because it's definitely not his kind of thing. He would entertain himself while I watched it, but I presume it's all being televised. I'd be very surprised. I haven't checked, but I'd be very, very surprised if it's not. I'm not a real, royal follower. I won't be having banners up or not that there's anything wrong with that. All the paraphernalia that's for sale in the shops, no party or whatever. But yeah, I just love to watch the pomp and the ceremony. I'm sure I've said that to you before. Something a bit different, a bit interesting, and definitely a big part of history for us Brits. Whole new era. Oops. So yeah, that's my next Saturday sorted. I'm sure I will have some fussy cutting on the go. Are you just going to stand there all on your own with nothing around you? Don't think that would be a good idea, do you? So we've got little street names. I really want a squarish. Right, I'm going to be a vandal and make a mess. Didn't take me long, did it? Church Square. Oh, Market Square. They're too big. Tower Street. They may be across the bottom because I need that bit to be open, don't I? Wellington. Nope, too big. Limehouse. Gosh. What shall I put on it? Low Ten Mews. Never heard of it. Oh, there's a Church Street. How much open do you need to be? Because I quite like it at an angle. Right, I'll put this down first. Yeah, so if you're tuning in hoping to see flower fairies, I'm so sorry. I just have not followed. Oh, should you be on there? Yeah. Haven't followed any of my plans that I said I was going to be doing. I'm afraid. I made them, but I didn't do them. So yeah, maybe you want to be lower down. Yeah, and it is just sitting here looking at me, but there is a few bits I need to do before I can get on with it on camera, so I don't know when that's going to happen. It really depends on life in general, my health, what I'm up to with Neil, all those things, what the weather does. At the minute the weather's having a huge effect. It's we've had some lovely, do we have 2 or 3 lovely warm days, and then went cold again. And yeah, you've been telling me that it's affecting you, and yes, it's definitely affecting me. My old bones don't like it. It makes you ache. There we go. Lovely. Quite like that. Might want something up there, but I don't know. Yeah, like it. Okay, I'm not putting those away yet. Who knows when I will. And that's holding it still. Need to make something in there. Do I want a little tab on that? I think I might. We've got no shortage of them, so why not? Oh, there's that lovely Tim Holtz one. Shall we have that? Got a rip in it. No. Must be part of the... It's not ripped, it's too big. I decided, oh, no, I was looking at that other side of that, and then I saw the rose. And we've got the rose there, look, so that's decided that one. So you've probably gathered, I don't know if I told you or not, that I'm just sitting with no plan, just creating and using up bits from around me. It's one of those jobs. Yep, I like that. Pretty. Yeah, feel like this needs something on it actually. It's quite plain, isn't it? Yeah, we didn't offer you up because you're clearly too big. I mean, that would fit as a tuck, wouldn't it? We've got a bird here with no head though, so we'll have to have a label in the middle. Let me just ink it up. Well, he has got a head, but it's gone behind whatever's printed in front, so he looks headless. We've got birds here as well, look. Everything's low down, isn't it? I want an up tuck. I keep going back to these things and trying again. I suppose that would go in there. No, just a thought. Oh, she would go up there. Just as a piece of embellishment. It's just inker because she's got a cream piece on there, and I'm wondering if to rip her, you know, distress her, because this is a bit distressed here, isn't it? Not much, no particular want to lose much of the image. Just not be pristine. Yeah, quite like that. Let's put some ink around the page. Talking about pristine, because you know it's not clean here, so I don't want the edges clean. Yeah, well, there we go. There's another piece down, and another page not so plain. Noisy, wasn't it? Oh yeah, I quite like this peachy pink as well, and the pages behind her and to the side of her. She's pulling those colours out. I have to excuse my nails, I desperately want repainting. Oh, that's it, we just left you raggedy on the bottom. That's not a nice place to be, is it? Raggedy on the bottom. It sounds like a... Just seeing, because I could have things hanging over is what I'm thinking. I mean, that's supposed to be a journal card, but it could be a tuck, couldn't it? I did it on 4 sides like that and then tuck something in there. Quite like that idea. Do I want it right down there? No. Everything's right down there, isn't it? I'll just double check that I like it on that side. I think I do. Could maybe put something like that in it then. We're fattening out. Right, I'm going to do that. I think that's a good idea. And I want the edges a bit scruffy, so I'm going to ink a little bit in so that they can naturally distress. It's nice not having to be on the edge. Up a little bit. Did I do too much? You did. That is not the cloth. Gosh. So where were those rose ones? Oh, there was a nicer one than that. Did I put them back over here? Yeah. There was 2. There's the other one. Because they will show both sides. Well, you know, you'll take them out, but it will show like that. Yes. And then it's got that lovely booklet in it. Lovely. Yeah, happy with that. Might want some things at the top really. That probably wants a little bit of maybe label. Just something to write on. something and willow. What's it called? Oh, still annoying me. I feel like I've got that somewhere, or I've used it recently. So what else have we got in here? Large label wise. That square one, that's quite nice, isn't it? No, it's not appealing to me. I think because this is really, you know, original. Vintage, that's what I was looking for. I don't want any faux vintage on it. I want something really vintage. So the tag's not going to do it for me, is it? Do you remember me making that the other day? It might be nice in here. You know, I love the script. I don't particularly want to hide it. I'm going to leave it as it is. Just wondering about putting that on. Do I want a tag on everything that opens? Quite cute though. See how I talk myself into things. Part of me is thinking rip the edge of this and make it raggedy, but I'm not going to. I'm going to resist that. I have to resist some things. Yeah, quite like that on there. It's graphic 45 paper, that gingham. At least I've got a nice straight line to follow when I put it down, assuming I've got the book page straight. Yeah, like that. Okay. We're getting fat. Yes, we are. We're starting to feel nice. This lovely butterfly. Actually, I'm going to glue that down. It'll need a tab if I do. I'm going to pop that butterfly in there. Butterfly tag, that is. So I can't have a huge tab to pull that open, but it needs something. Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? I was just wondering about some lace, is what I was thinking. That's why I made that funny noise, or some fabric. No. Ooh. That's pretty, isn't it? Because then it's obvious that it's a tag. A tab. I keep saying tag. But it's not really taking any room up. You should be able to grab it easily. Do you think? I'm wondering about putting a little staple through it. I'm pleased that was the chair that drawer hit, not my leg. Just on the edge. Just for a bit of fancy. Bit of fancy schmancy. Okay. Whoops. Simba is outside. More and more is staying out and not coming in. Occasionally he runs in like the devil's chasing him, and yeah, I'd like to know what it is sometimes that scares him, but there's probably 1,000 new things out there that he's discovering and doesn't know what they are. He woke us both up in the middle of the night the other night. He tried to climb onto something on top of a chest of drawers that wouldn't hold his weight. The sort of the clothes basket's complicated. If you know the Kallax units, the IKEA Kallax units, it was one of those like cloth boxes that goes in one of those, only these aren't IKEA, they're B&Q, but same thing. Yeah, you can grab that now easily and it will fit in there. Better not shut that, had I? Because it will glue shut. yeah, so he'd obviously jumped on it. It was full of coat hangers. Yes, the wardrobe has been happening for a while, and of course it gave with him, and he ran. I mean, I don't know, it seems like there was a clatter, and then 30 seconds later he was like stood on my shoulder in the bed, looking at it with his eyes wide and his ears back like, what's getting us, mum, what's getting us? And it took me and Neil a few minutes to work out, but I said to Neil, my goodness, it must have been 0.001 of a second before he was over with us, like, save me, something's getting me. No, I think just a ticket in there, so label, not a ticket. Oh, I didn't get my tickets out, did I? There's some more different labels, look, also nannies. Oh, that long one's nice. No. Yes. I'm just a sucker for a, oh, right up there I think, yeah. A label. Good job I like fussy cutting, isn't it? Yep, like that, like the difference in all the different colours going on there. Lovely. I think I dare shut you yet. I'm a bit loath to. Let's open it like that. Right, and there wasn't anything to go in there, was there? I can't even see the time, but I think there's not an awful lot of space left on this camera, so on this phone, so I think I better call that a day. I was going to look for something for in there, but yeah, I better leave that out because it's cloth and it's going to take a while to dry. So what did we get done? Oh, that lovely lady in that pocket, love that one. She's a journaling card, didn't you? She maybe needs inking on the back. Nothing in there. Oh, we didn't do much in the front, did we? I'll put that up there. Pocket and a tag. We dressed the belly band up a bit. Put a label up there. Oh, I need something for that as well, so that's 2. Put a little tab on there. Yep, that is 1 page. I was thinking that's stuck. Why is that stuck? Meant to be. Oh, it's like a piece inside a piece inside a piece. I like that. Put a little pull out on there. Tick it up there, tab on there. The little butterfly is going in there. We put that down, but then it needs a, oh, we did a fair bit. I've still got a table full of stuff though, and now I've got a lot of labels to put away before I film again. Never mind. Okay, thank you so much for just spending that half an hour or so with me. I hope you enjoyed looking at what was on my desk, and maybe I've enthused you to go and play with all your lovely bits and pieces. Hope you have a lovely day and what's left of it. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.